some crazy stuff happened in 2022 which simply was unbelievable. In this relatively short video, let's look at some of the best and worst of pro wrestling in 2022. Starting with the best. No one imagined Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestling in 2022. He surprised everyone. He promised to kick Kevin Owens' ass, and so he did in that no holds barred match. Austin coming back at WrestleMania for his Texas fans was just an amazing moment. Speaking of amazing moments, celebrity performances. They peaked in 2022. Logan Paul made his debut at WrestleMania 38, then wrestled at SummerSlam and then Crown Jewel, and had 3 of the amazing performances a wrestler could have. We have talked about Logan Paul in a video in depth. You can check that out. And then there is Bad Bunny, who had a really good showing at the Royal Rumble and has a pretty good relationship with the WWE. And last but not the least, Johnny Knoxville. I mean, who could have imagined Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn would literally steal WrestleMania? Johnny Knoxville obviously doesn't wrestle as good as Logan or Bad Bunny, but his goofy tactics against Sami Zayn in that WrestleMania match was just worth it. And speaking of Sami Zayn becoming the honorary Uso had so many twists and turns, and my god, that was the segment of the year in my opinion. Roman first telling Sami to take his shirt off, then Jey Uso ripping it off, and Roman Reigns giving him the honorary Uso shirt, formally welcoming Sami Zayn into the bloodline. It was a magical segment. And did I forget to mention it was the TV segment of the year? Look, let's be honest, 2022 was a pretty weak year for AEW, but the Acclaimed were just amazing. The raps by Max Caster were the primary reason for the Acclaimed's stardom. Scissor Me Up became such an act that October 5th was declared to be National Scissoring Day, celebrating the success of the Acclaimed. CM Punk winning the AEW title for the first time was a great moment for AEW and for CM Punk personally. Because look, whatever you say about CM Punk, he returned to the square circle after 7 years in 2021 and then won the world title in 2022. It was an emotional moment for him surely, but we will talk about him in the worst moments as well. And finally, Undertaker getting inducted into the Hall of Fame class of 2022 was such a feel-good moment. I mean, Vince McMahon coming to do the honors, giving an amazing speech. It just told how Undertaker and Vince McMahon were close. It was like a father-son relationship. Undertaker can finally rest. He doesn't need to wrestle. He doesn't need to come back. The 30 years of wrestling has obviously taken a toll, and he got his wish. He retired on the top. That's why he makes the list of best moments of 2022. And when we speak of the best, we surely have to speak of the worst. Cody Rhodes leaving AEW and returning to WWE was worse for AEW, but obviously best for WWE. The sheer timing was insane. I mean, he couldn't have left AEW at a better time and joined WWE. I mean, who would have thought that Cody Rhodes, one of the key members in the foundation of AEW, would leave the company he found and join the rivals, join WWE. Nobody would have thought, despite the rumors. CM Punk won the AEW World title twice. The first time, it was really a good moment, but both of his title reigns were just utter failures. The first run was vacated due to an injury. How did he get injured? He jumped into the audience and on his way, his foot hit the guardrail. This injury could have been prevented, but hey, shit happens. Alright, but then a second run ended before it even began. And speaking of CM Punk, it was just pure chaos what happened backstage after AEW All Out. CM Punk won the world title and just went off on the Young Bucks, Colt Cabana. We have discussed this in length. You can check that video. I just don't want to waste your precious time, but it was just utter chaos. The world title had to be vacated. The Elite's World Trios title had to be vacated. I mean, what worse could happen after a pretty successful pay-per-view for AEW? What worse could happen? Vince McMahon retiring sent shockwaves to the wrestling world, and to be honest, it was a long time coming. Vince had lost his touch years back, but the way in which he had to resign from the chairman position with all the allegations that were put on him, with all the hush money and everything, it was just unbelievable. And rumors are stating that he might come back, but honestly he won't. The board won't accept him. He has more allegations in store, I believe. So Vince McMahon retiring was a worst moment as well. And speaking of worst moments, Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out, leading to Sasha Banks getting released, was another worst moment for WWE. I mean, let's be honest. Sasha Banks is a bona fide star for WWE, and WWE not agreeing to her terms didn't sit well with the fans. Apparently, Sasha Banks is going to show up at New Japan Pro Wrestling, so that's actually interesting. But in all this chaos, comment down below, where is Naomi? Naomi is just being sidelined. And finally, at the end of the year, Mandy Rose getting released from WWE due to her racy explicit content is probably the first fumble by Triple H in my opinion. And we have discussed this as well in depth, so you can watch that video by clicking the video right now on the screen. Happy holidays everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll see you guys in 2023 in the next one.